All right, Carson Beck was saying it to us, Ryan, right after the game on Saturday. This person could be Georgia's Debo Samuel. Comments?
Yeah, look, Dylan Bell. I think he proved that he can do that at least a little bit, at least a few plays a game. Looked good coming out of the backfield, and Georgia's obviously got a running back issue right now that you think will get a little bit better as the year goes on. But if you can have a dynamic weapon like that you're lining up all over the place, and they already have a couple of those guys, you just open up more and more things for your offense. So I think that's exciting for Georgia that they actually did it, that it's not just something that they've done in practice and tinker with, but they actually, let it happen out there on the field.
Yeah, he's a ball player. He can do a lot. There's a lot to like about his skill set. He can obviously catch, came in as a wide receiver, one of the best route runners on the team, but has shown the ability to run the ball. He's got a little shake and bake. He's got some wiggle. He can make guys miss. So, we've been talking all offseason, how are they going to replace Kenny McIntosh? Well, it looks like Dylan Bell could be that guy, former three-star that the staff loved out of high school, definitely one of the steals of that class. He's got some muscle on him. He can break tackles, but like he showed against Ball State, he can put that foot in the ground and make guys miss. And he just does so many things well. Talk about a Swiss Army knife on offense. Dylan Bell is that guy. Teammates love him. The staff loves him. I think they're going to continue to use him in different ways because I'm not sure they have a guy like that on the offense, but really good player.
Yeah, he's superb, just like our friends at EcoPoly. 20-year warranty on these products, y'all. I'm sitting in one right now. Two-tone furniture. You can get gray and red, black and blue. It's easy to clean. It's made in Georgia from recycled material, fade resistant. I've had a Adirondack chair outside for about a month. Obviously, it's great. They have cushions, which I'm also sitting in. 20-year warranty. Large showroom down there in Dodge County. Make sure you're checking it out. If you have a big project coming up, that's the place to go down to and get some more value for your buck. Look, Dylan Bell this season, y'all, already, okay? 8 touches total for what is this? 76 yards with a touchdown. He has 3 runs for 28 yards. That's a heck of a average for running. That's not going to continue. And then 5 catches for about 10 yards a catch. He's been pretty good. He looked, to me, Ryan, he looked better at running back because he was more noticeable at running back. He gives them the sort of speed that they've not. Their backs are so big, y'all. That's the difference right now.
Yeah, they don't have a guy that's they don't have an ankle breaker, and he did that the other day. They just don't have that kind of guy in their backfield, and Dylan Bell can provide that a little bit. Didn't have a great day as a receiver against Ball State, dropped a touchdown, lost that 50-50 ball that resulted in the interception. So it wasn't an overall amazing day for Dylan Bell, but if he can make an impact like that out of the backfield, I think Georgia really should tap into that more. They need that type of dynamic player in the backfield that is a threat to score. That's just a threat to score from all over the field. And I think Dylan Bell might be their best option for that.
Yeah, he's not a burner, but he's faster than the other running backs that they have. I don't know if he's not a DeAndre Swift.
Oh, no.
Even I don't know if he's as fast as Nick Sony either. He's got some speed, but I don't think he's got, that breakaway, big time, break off a 50, 60-yard run type of speed that Dwight Phillips, who we'll see on Friday night, Dean, will bring. He is absolutely electric. So I think Dylan Bell has some explosive to him, some speed. I think they'd like more of it, but definitely compared to the other backs, he's a change of pace guy and a guy that they can bring in and, get to the edge a little better and up the sidelines better than some of the other guys. But it's nice to have a guy like that you can bring in, to give those bigger backs a little bit of a rest, or if you just need some extra speed. But he can do a lot. He can play in the slot. He can play out of the backfield. He can catch out of the backfield. I think Mike Bobo is going to drop, several more plays for Dylan Bell. We'll see how much they use him in different ways against South Carolina. But, seeing him, what he did against Ball State and the way they used him, it shows that they obviously have a plan for him.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with Dylan Bell is if you're there's a player at South Carolina. His name is Stone Blanton, and he is a 6'2", 232-pound linebacker. Stone Blanton looks like he played football at Michigan in 1986. He is there. He is one of the guys that is playing a lot at South Carolina in the middle. And North Carolina did all they could do to match him up with their backs. Well, it's what it looked like to me. If Dylan Bell is on him, if he's on Dylan Bell, that shouldn't just be a first down. That should be a significant play. And that's what you have the capability to do. If football is about matchups, which most sports are, then you want to get as many of those favorable matchups as possible. There's no shot of Dylan Bell running with that linebacker. It's not going to happen. He's probably a lot of linebackers are probably not going to run with him, generally speaking. Now, Roderick Robinson, Kendall Milton, I think the bigger Carolina linebacker, he'll be okay against them. But Ryan, I want to see explosion from the Georgia run game. South Carolina's defense is fine, but it's completely forgettable after you watch them play. Furman ran on them some. They kind of goofed around with Furman a fair amount. They played okay against North Carolina. It wasn't the end of the world. But I want to see Georgia assume the role of being the number one team in the country, particularly in the run game. Now, how they'll do that, I don't know.
Yeah, with Edwards, and we at this point in time we think Edwards is going to play against South Carolina, but he's not that. That's not what he is. He's not this guy that's going to bust off a run for 35, 40 yards, right? I don't know that he's ever done that. A couple times I think he broke one out for about 20 yards, but he's a guy that's a bruiser and is going to, break a tackle or two and get you 5-6 yards on a consistent basis. And Kendall Milton, he's shown that big playability, but I don't know that he's at the health to do that right now. It hasn't looked like that through 2 games. He's obviously on a pitch count to an extent. So I do think they need to utilize guys like Dylan Bell and Mekhi Muse in the backfield. You saw that. They did it a lot with screen passes. It's not just going to be by handing it off to them, but I think they're going to try to get the ball out quick in the flats to guys like Dylan Bell and Muse, especially with Lad McConkey out. It doesn't seem like he's going to be there on Saturday.
Let me ask you both this. We'll go with Ryan first and then Matt. Does Georgia have a back that can take a game over right now?
No.
I think a healthy Kendall Milton is the guy that they thought they would. I think out of high school when he was a recruit, everyone looked at him as that type of back. But yeah, I'm going to agree with Ryan. I don't think they have a game-changing guy who can put the offense on his back and carry them to a victory. I don't think they have one of those guys.
So you've only got about 70 snaps, y'all. Something like that on offense. That's what it's been about these days. I mean, 70 snaps. Carson Beck's throwing about 30-ish balls a game. So that gives you about 30 to 35. 35 maybe runs, something like that. How many of those runs should be going to someone like Dylan Bell, Ryan, who is different? 5?
I mean, at least 5. Yeah, that's about the number. I'd think in that 5 to 10 range. If you want explosion and you want a little bit more speed, I think he needs to get the ball a little bit more.
Matt?
I'd say around 4 to 6, especially with Dacian Edwards coming back. I think once he is healthy, maybe he's the number one back and not a guy like Kendall Milton, who it doesn't seem like Kendall is still 100% healthy. I think Dacian Edwards is getting close, but once Edwards comes back, I think you still want to get Dylan Bell touches. I think he's deserved it. He's earned it. But I'm more in the 4 to 6 range, just, when you need him.
Well, he does give you the capability, Bell, of doing some different stuff. And what Carson was talking about was not necessarily that he was Debo Samuel come to life. I mean, of course, Samuel was outstanding at South Carolina. But can you do – who said Swiss Army knife? Because they were right. Who said that earlier?
I think it was Matt. A player did?
Yeah. No, someone on here did.
I think it was Matt, yeah.
But, I mean – that
I like that.
He gives you the capability to do so many different things just because of that. But I think, there were people that texted me right after he made that one move that said, well, I've not seen that in a while. And I got that in what we were hearing. So I don't want to go too far into detail about that. But I think it gives Georgia a lot of possibility, a lot of hope that they can get some explosion out of the backfield. Kirby, y'all was saying that they don't have to run the traditional way, and using Dylan Bell, a wide receiver, is certainly a way to do that. Throwing the ball out to the flats is a way to do that. There's a lot of different ways to generate a run game, even though it might not look like a run game on the stat sheet. So we'll just see how Georgia deals with South Carolina on Saturday. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the website.